Yeah, welcome to this channel, and in this particular video I'm going to show you how we are able to get this 1:2 risk to reward trade that you can see inside of the Telegram channel here. This was shared from the VIP to the free group, and it was a 1:2 RR trade, right? So you can see how we were trading our stop loss. This is the same trade that I used to pass this phase one of this challenge, right? This particular trade on this account, it was a $200 trade. So you can see $700, it was the target for this. And then so we're in step two right now. You can see that here. So this is the trade that we used to actually pass, and I'm going to show you guys how we're able to get that trade. All right, so back to trading view. So it was on AUD USD, right? So usually in this channel, what we usually do is we start trading from the 4 hour. We begin to look at what we call points of interest on the 4 hour time frame. So at this time, I was looking at this particular demand zone. All right. And so this was our other block that gave me an idea of what to be expecting. So I was looking for a reaction from this or from this. So yesterday I was looking at a reaction from this, but since it was past my trading time, I decided to leave it to see what was going to happen. So it has finally dropped, taking out this liquidity here, and then finally got into the zone, and it got to halfway into the other block before retracing. All right, so the retracement candle was this particular candle. You can see that we didn't enter from this candle. All right, let me just delete most of all these things here because you've already seen it in the Telegram group that was there. So I'm going to delete all of this. All right, that is gone. I'm going to remove this and then take this out as well as take this one. All right, so we have something like this. So this particular candle right here was the retracement candle. All right, so this was our retracement candle here. All right, and then we saw that I started retracing back and closed above this particular candle. So to me, it's an impression that price is most likely going to go higher because at this particular candle, the buyers had taken over from this particular. So there was a rejection and then no wick on this point, pushing price up the way to this point. So for me, it was a confirmation that price might most likely going to move higher, at least not for the entire move, but at least in a short space of time. So this gave me an idea of what I usually call on this channel my directional bias, because I don't trade necessarily with the trend. I trade directional bias. So I'm looking at my chart per day. I'm seeing what price is actually doing and then trading along that direction. Right. So for now, price is telling me that okay, for now it's going to be bullish because of this candle, at least for the short period of time. So I usually from the 4 hour I go to the 15-minute time frame, and there are a couple of things I'm looking for. The first thing I'm looking for is a change in state of delivery. This is usually when the trade changed from being a sell trade to a buy trade, or from a buy to a sell. All right, so when the delivery changed, it changed from bullish to bearish or from bearish to bullish. All right, usually you find that the last few candles that took out the last low, causing um, the new low that got into the particular points of interest. So in this case, it is on the sell side. Our point of interest is on the sell side. So we saw how price drove into this area and then started moving away. So the moment there was a break in the last series of down close candles, getting into that POI, that will be my change in state of delivery. And I'm looking for that on my 15-minute time frame. So I had a change of state of delivery here, and we begin to draw our fib. Immediately we get a form of retracement. So the retracement did not start immediately. It kept on moving until we had even a change in character, right? So we see a market structure shift at this area too. But that was not really my concern because it can retrace without even creating a market structure shift. Usually a change in state of delivery happens before there's a market structure shift. So usually those people that understand how change in state of delivery work can get into the trade earlier on than the people who are focusing on the market structure sheet. So with that said, let's get right into into it. So we take our fib and we are drawing from the low to the highest point before the retracement. All right, so for now, this is our highest point before the retracement. For us, you can see in the chart here that this was a sniper entry. You can see it right here that this was actually a sniper entry. All right, so we are now looking for price to return to our OTE, which is optimal trade entry, that is between the 618 and the 7 to 9% level. So this is our OTE, and that is where we are going to be looking for entry. So two options that you usually have is you either put it at, if the OTE is not very big, what you can consider is you can start from the top, from the 0.618. But if it is very big, you can decide to have it at the midpoint, at the consequent encroachment level. All right, so at the midpoint of that particular block, and there are a lot of reasons why we are going with this. Number one is that this is the OTE. Number two, there's an order block here which caused the change in state of delivery, and then the change of state of delivery happens at that same area. So there are three things that confirm that this area will be a good point for price to return to and then react off of. So we had our buy limit at this particular point, all right, and then we had our stop loss just below the low, and then we had a 1:2, which is the minimum risk to reward for each trade. So we have a minimum 1:2 risk to reward. As you can see, this was how this trade went clean. So already we still had an overall area to target, which was here, just in case you want to target more, and it had already gone closer to that point, which might still get, which would have been a 2.3 RR trade. All right, so this was what we did, and we were able to achieve that 1:2 risk to reward that got us to pass the 10K challenge. Now, if this is something that you are interested in, do subscribe, because we share videos like this regularly, just so that you can get an idea of how we trade and how best you can take advantage of trading strategies like this and make the most out of it. If you're interested in joining our free channel, the link is in the description. Feel free to do that,